So what is Power Query Editor? So Power Query Editor is meant for performing the data cleaning, data reprocessing, and so on. Okay. Okay. Let me just so far we have seen how to connect to heterogeneous source system data and how to load them into Power BI desktop. Right. So next one is the Power Query Editor. Using Power Query Editor, what we can do is we can do data pre-processing, like cleaning the data. Cleaning the sense, for example, you want to map null value to 0. Supposing you have some blank values in a column in Excel sheet. Some column you have blank values in it. So in that case, you can replace them with the 0. Okay. So some cases, they want to map the M as male, okay, or male as M, okay. They don't want to specify the lengthy name. Instead, they want to have a short letter like M. M is male, F is female. Okay, so this is one of the cleaning activity that we do it as part of the report development. Okay, so deduplication. In case of any duplicate records, you need to first identify and then remove it. Otherwise, it can mislead you if you don't address this issue, because double counting, right? Because of double counting all the things. Okay, next one is the formatting. So assigning the relevant data types. We have seen it, right? In the case of sales column, the values were prefixed with dollar. So dollar got mixed with the numeric values. Hence, that entire sales column got assigned with the text data type. Okay. What we did, we removed the dollar, and then we have replaced the or we sorry, and then we have reassigned the sales column with the the numeric decimal data type, right? So and then character set conversion and then date time conversion. In case of any date time related issue, we have seen it. This one also, the date column was not in the date data type. It got assigned with text data type, and then we did some kind of cleaning, and then we have converted the data type. The next one is filtering. This is also part of the data pre-processing, or ETL. ETL stands for extraction, transformation, and loading. Filtering, what we do is we select only specific rows or columns. Okay. So if in the real world scenario, the number of records are very, very huge. The telecom industry, retail industry, if you see, the juggernauts, the bigger enterprises, they have humongous amount of data. So you cannot blindly use all the data upfront. You can select only the specific rows or columns that are relevant to your report, so that the performance will be faster, because it need not to load the entire data, only the subset of the data or subset of the columns. If you load it, it'll be pretty fast. Okay. The next one is splitting a single column into multiple columns. So we have seen the date column, right? So I want to store the year separately, month separately, quarter separately, day separately, the day name separately. Okay. So in that case, what will happen is, you need to have multiple columns. Based on a single column, we can split that. That is also, we have seen it, right? Next one is linking data from multiple. This is another important aspect of any data pre-processing or data cleaning or ETL process. So joining. So you are not going to get the data in a single file or single source system. You may have to join multiple source systems. So the classic example is, we have seen the DIM location, the location dimension, customer dimension, sales fact table. So to understand the context of the facts that are there in your sales fact, for example, quantity is 10. What is that quantity is 10? So you need to join with product dimension table to get the product name. And which customer purchased this specific product, you need to join that table with your customer table to get the customer name, right? Hence, joining is important task that you'll be doing it in any reporting or ETL part, right? You'll be doing that. So unless you join the tables, how will you get the context of your values that you stored in your fact table, right? So these are the commonly performed data pre-processing activities. Okay. Using the query editor, Power Query Editor, we can find out the missing values. And if you want to append the data one after the other, you can do it with Power Query Editor and identify and remove duplicates. Supposing you have duplicate records, you want to find out the duplicate records and you want to remove that. That is possible with Power Query Editor. For that, you don't have to write any script. Okay, you don't have to write lines and lines of code. Okay, and filter the rows. Okay, you can do filtering and conditional columns, duplicate records. Eliminating the duplicate records, finding the duplicate records, date formatting, creating new columns. All these things you can do it with Power Query Editor. Okay. Okay, now I jump into Power Query Editor. We will just start with exploring. 1 second, it's very slow. And just launch it from the beginning. Yeah, sorry guys. Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll explore the same thing again. It's still being launched. So I don't know why it takes longer time. Let me see. 1 second, it's being launched. Let's wait for a few seconds, okay? Yes, it got launched. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on a blank report. And then here we'll load the same data so that you can recollect whatever we did it in the past. So this is the one I just loaded here. So I'm going to hit the load button. First, let it load the data and then we'll do data cleaning everything. And here, okay, now the data got loaded, sales W04. I'm going to click on the transform data ribbon. I'm going to click on the transform data. This is the one we'll open the Power Query data. Here you can see order ID, order date. So for next to each column, you can see the icon like ABC123. ABC is a text data type. An order date supposed to be date data type, but it got assigned with the ABC, text data type. What will happen is if you try to extract year alone, month alone, quarter alone, that is not possible with the the default the year month of a thing, okay, functions. Hence, you need to convert to date data type. And similarly, if you scroll towards the right side and if you see the sales column here, and you can see the sales column got assigned with text data. Ideally, it's supposed to be numeric value, right? So if you see the quantity column next to it, you can see 1 to the, that means it's a whole number. Quantity is a whole number. Discount is a decimal number. Similarly, the sales column should have been assigned with the decimal number value data type, but it got assigned with text data type. Why? Because if you see here, fortunately, in the first record itself, we can see the issue. Next to the numeric value, the dollar got assigned. We need to remove the dollar. How do I remove the dollar? Right click on it. Replace values. I'm going to say replace the dollar by empty value. Okay, replace with the. So if I don't specify anything, that means the empty string. Okay, please note it down. When it comes to text data type, if you find something and if you replace with nothing, right, that means empty string and hit OK. It got removed. The string got removed. The dollar got removed, right? And then right click on it and then replace values. You do replace values and you can put NA here and then here replace with 0. Okay, I just hit OK. And then here click on the ABC data type and then click on the decimal number data type. You can see the sales data column got assigned with the decimal number data type, right? And then if you scroll towards the right side, you don't see any issues. And then here the customer ID date column. So similarly, the date column needs some kind of treatment. And we can see that why it got assigned. So now we need to understand first why it got assigned with the text data type, right? So here we can see that the month, date, year column, the data got stored in month, date, year format. Month, date, year is United US date format, okay? But when you look at this data, the month, date, year column separated by forward slash, okay? But the second value, if you see the month, date, year column separated by hyphen, right? There is an inconsistent format here. Either all the values in this column should have been specified with the delimiter as a forward slash or hyphen. We have a mix of forward slash and hyphen. So what I do is, I'm going to replace all the hyphen by forward slash so that all the values will be in the consistent format. Okay, the values to find hyphen. Wherever hyphen is there, you can replace it with the forward slash and hit OK. Now, all the values got assigned, all the values got separated, all the values in this column, right? We could see that the forward slash is used to separate month, date, year values. Okay. Next, what I do is I click on the ABC here. It will show all the data type. Instead of directly selecting the date data type, I'm clicking on the using locale. And here data types, is date, and then English. It's not in India data type, right? So the month, date, year format is not Indian thing. And if you scroll down, you can select the United States. Okay, and then I'm going to hit OK now. You can see that it is in the proper format. And yeah, now it got. You can see the order next to the order date. You can see the calendar type, right? So it got assigned with date data type. Fine. Next thing is how to split a single column into multiple columns. So here, splitting is different, but how to create a multiple columns using a single column, that we are going to see it now. I'm going to click on the add column here. And here you can see date, right? I just select the order date and then I clicked on the add column ribbon and here you can see the date menu. Click on this and then I'm going to click on year here. So it from the order date, it extracted only the year column, year value, right? And again, I just go here and I'm going to select the order date and click on the date column. I want to extract only the month. For example, you want to compare current month with the previous month sales. If you only when you store the data, only when you save the month's value alone in a separate column, you can see that, right? And similarly, quarter, okay, quarter of the year, you will find the quarter there. And order date, you can select this one, right click on it. Sorry, here, right? So date and day here. So when you select day here, name of the day. Here you can see that the name of the day is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday also, right? So likewise, you can use a single column to based on which you can create multiple columns for your analysis. Okay, just give me a second if somebody is calling me. And here we can see that day name and quarter everything got created. So this is our simple data pre-processing techniques. Next, what we'll do is we'll go to the, I'm going to click on the transform ribbon. Here, we have, yeah, I'm going to hit the home ribbon. Okay, I'm going to, I just clicked on the home ribbon. See, currently we are in the Power Query Editor. Remember this, okay? I have not closed this one. In the Power Query Editor, I have selected the home ribbon. And here, we can see something like keep rows, remove rows. Okay, I'm going to click on the drop down here. Click on keep duplicates. If you want to check any duplicate records, okay, the presence of duplicate records in this data set, this option is really helpful. Click on the drop down from the, using the keep rows thing, and then click on the keep duplicates. And here, you can see the duplicate record. See here, I have selected the order date column, right? On same day, multiple people would have ordered the products. Okay, since I select the order date, and then when I clicked on the keep duplicate, it will show the duplicate values. But this is not the right way of checking the duplicate records, right? Same invoice, for example, same order ID. If that gets repeated multiple time, then it is a problem. But here the row ID and order ID, though order ID is same, the row IDs are different. That means in the single order, they ordered multiple product also, more than one product. Okay. But what is the assurance? The same line got repeated more than once, right? So in that case, you need to click on Control A to select all the columns. Now I'm going to click on the cross next to the keep duplicates. And then I'm going to select once again the keep duplicates. Now all the columns put together, can I see any duplicate? Yes. 32298. This is the row ID. The same row ID got loaded. See, row ID is supposed to be unique. Right? It should not be the same value. If it is the same value, that means there is a duplicate. Row ID and order ID. With the combination of these two, we can see that we can see a duplicate records. In that case, if you without checking the duplicate records, and if you compute the total sales, look here the total sales, right? Triple counting will happen. So 2309 plus 2309 plus 2309. Okay. So this is also one of the commonly ignored task, okay, performed by the data analyst. So you need to check are there any duplicate records. Okay, instead of saying duplicate records. Okay, so all the columns put together, we call that as a record, right? So in the record, so we can see this. So now how do I remove the duplicate? Next question is how do I remove the duplicate? Before you remove the duplicate records, click on keep rows and check are there any duplicate. Yes, duplicate records are there. It's something like that. Before conducting a surgery, doctor will check whether this person has a specific disease or not. Only then you will decide, yes, you need this surgery or something, right? It's something like that. And here, there are some duplicate records. Okay. Now, what do we do now? We have seen it. So the next step is, you need to take these duplicate records and share it with your manager or the application owners and intimate them, hey, these are the duplicate records. So what can we do? If they say remove it, you can remove it. Right. But you need to see, let's say, if you are removing a duplicate records, right, blindly, later point in time, if they say, no, you're not supposed to remove the duplicate records, or if they argue something like, no, there are no duplicate records in the file which I gave it to you. If they argue with you, what will you do? How do you substantiate that? For that purpose, you can select keep rows and click on the keep duplicate so that you can, keep all the duplicate records. Right? Fine. Now you found 3 records, right? Apart from this, we can see that in the line number 2 and 3, null is there, null is there. And if you see across the columns, nothing is there. So with that, we are able to understand, 3 records got duplicated and 2 records have, blank values. Okay. This is what our observation. I'm going to click on the cross next to the duplicates because now we have noted down everything in our brain. This one is not required. I go to the main data and then I'm going to select the drop down here, remove rows. Remove blank rows. We saw 2 records are blank rows. That is not at all required. I just removed it. And remove duplicates. I remove the duplicate record. Okay. Ideally, what you need to do, right? I just click on this one. And here, go to transform. Before removing the duplicate record, check how many number of records are there, including duplicate records. Click on the count rows. We can say 25,002 records were there, right? So 25,002 records are there. I'm going to click on the cross next to the count rows. And here, now I go here, remove rows, remove duplicates. I remove the duplicates and then click on the transform. Click on count rows. 25,000. Can you see that 25,002 records were there? That's it. We had 3 records. We found 3 records were same, but all the 3 records we cannot remove it, isn't it? 1 record we have to keep it, isn't it? So remaining 2 records were duplicate. We removed it. Removed the 2 duplicate records. That's why it was showing 25,002. Okay. Of the 3, 1 record should be there. If you remove that also, you will not have the transaction at all. So, including duplicate records, we were having 25,002 records, right? 25,002 records. After removing the duplicates, now it became 25,000. So, we were able to successfully remove the 2 duplicate records. Next, I just go here. Keep rows. Sometimes what will happen is, you don't want to suppose, right? Let's say they have given a huge volume of data. You want to view the top 5 or 10 rows only, okay? Not the entire thing, top 10 rows. You want to see it? Click on keep rows and click on keep top rows. There you enter 10. First 10 records alone, if you want to see it, you can see it, okay? And then I'm going to click on this one and then I'm remove it. And then keep rows, click on it and keep bottom rows. And here what I do is I'm going to put 15 here. I'm going to hit OK now. Keep only the bottom 15. I want to see only the last 15 records. So in that kind of situation, you need to use keep bottom 15 rows or bottom 20 rows, bottom 50 rows. Whatever the number that you wanted, you need to enter it here, okay? Similarly, if you want to see only the top 10 records, click on this one and then enter the number of rows. That is what you can say. Once you are done with that, make sure that you are deleting this one, okay, by clicking on the cross next to the kept last rows. Okay, next one is click on the keep rows and keep range of rows. I don't want to keep all the rows. For example, randomly I want to select. For example, I want to go to the 10th record. And then from the 10th record, keep only 2 records. Okay, 10, 11, 12. So 40936 288 79. Okay, only that one you can keep it. I don't need. Sorry, you need to do it this way. 1 second. I just I select all the rows. Control A. Sorry, Control A, and then keep rows. Click on it, and here keep range of rows. What I'll do is I will just keep the 10th record. Yeah, only 2 records I mentioned, right? That's why it was showing. Okay, 10th record 4936 to 34577. 3 records you want to keep it, right? Okay, 3 records. So I want to randomly select the range of rows. That option is also available. Sometimes we want to, view randomly the data set, given data set has any issues or not. All the required columns like sales and the profit, quantity, all these columns have values in it or not. Okay. Sometimes you may, notice something like this in some insights. Negative profit is there. 4,1297. So almost 50 percentage, or almost 45 or 60%, 46 percentage, profit, negative profit is the right. So these are the insights that you get it. Apart from duplicate records, removing the duplicate records, you need to understand the data also. Do we have any negative profit? Did we incur any negative profit or something like that, right? So in that kind of situation, this is really helpful, okay? And then key errors. For example, if I click on key errors, this table is empty. We don't see any errors here, right? I just click on the key errors. And then here, remove blank rows. We removed it. And then keep rows. Here, keep duplicates. That also we removed it. So we explored what is keep top rows, keep bottom rows, range of rows, duplicates, keep errors. In case of any errors, we can click on that. So in our case, fortunately, we don't have any errors. In case of any errors, this one will help you to check, which records have errors in it. Once you find it, you need to find out the cause for the error and then fix it. Okay. Got it? Okay, fine. So now we explored keep rows and remove the rows also, right? So here in the interview, they'll ask you, how do you remove the blank rows in the Power BI? Okay, you need to tell them in the using Power Query Editor, we have remove rows menu is there. So there I can find the remove blank rows, remove duplicates, those kind of option is available. Okay. And then remove columns. Remove columns, you can, this is a silly thing. You can select the column, right click on it and then remove columns. Because that option is available. Okay. And then you have something called properties. If you click on the properties, you can see these, what is the, the file name. So enable load to report, include in report. This one we'll see it later. Okay. With the demo, I will show you. Okay. Okay. Okay, fine. Next, what we will do is I'm going to load some other data. So from the Power Query Editor itself, we can load the data. Click on new source and then click on the text CSV here. What is that file name? Okay, what we'll do is we'll explore how to do. That's an Excel file. That's why it's not showing expenses. I'm going to hit the open button. Load the Excel file data here. There is an issue with the Excel file. So in this Excel file, two sheets are there. I'm going to click on expenses. Yeah. So here you can see that the preview window, year, month, expense quota is there. I'm going to hit OK now. Okay. And here, what we'll do is I'll click on the transform ribbon. We'll explore how to do pivoting and unpivoting. Okay. You can see pivot column. I just select the year column. Okay. Remember very well. Okay. I just select the year column. I'm going to hit the pivot column. So what is, first of all, what is pivoting? What is pivoting? All of you please type in the chat window. So in this pivot, see, I just select the year column. I clicked on the pivot column. It opened up something like this. And here values column, right? You click on the drop down here. You can see the values expenses here. Okay. I'm going to hit OK now. We can see that month, quarter, and year. The year values were there in the rows. the rows got converted as columns here, right? The years were converted as a columns here. So 2020, 2021, 2022, right? So the years, the row got converted as a columns here, and a month, a quarter, right? So this is a month, this is a quarter, and the rows got converted as a columns here, right? So if you want to convert the rows to columns, that is your pivot. That option is available. I have shown you how to do that using pivot column. I just show you one more time. So whichever column that you want to do pivoting, which means the year values, right? So look at 2020, month one. So 2020 itself, year, 9 months data is there, right? 9 month expenses are there. And then quarter one, quarter three also is there. So ideally, if I convert this year, the rows, right? The rows as columns, the report will look pretty compact. Expenses, and I'm going to hit OK now. Pretty compact, isn't it? So what I will do is, I don't want to disturb this data set. Select this Power Query, sorry, the query, right? The expenses, right click on it, and then duplicate it. It's exactly, the Xerox copy. I just go back here. I'm going to remove the pivoted column. Let this be a original data. And this is my pivoted one. I just go here. And then here, what I do is I just go here and select the quarter column now. And then I'm going to do pivot here. So here the thing is which values. Value is supposed to be numeric value, okay, expenses, not the year and all the things. So we can see that Q1, Q2, Q3. But if you do pivoting on the Q1, Q2, 3, right, you can see a lot of nulls are there, okay. Just because pivoting options, don't use it just like that. Okay, you need to exercise caution before using pivot option. Okay, or you need to be diligent. Otherwise, so many null values will be there. It will not be helpful. And here, rather than quarter, if I select month, and if I click on pivot, what will happen? So all the months will get converted as a columns. So now it is fine. Year, quarter is there. And then if you scroll towards the right side, month one, month two, month three, month four. But this doesn't seem to be compact, but still it gives you that different way of exploring your data, isn't it? For quarter to quarter three, you can see no sales, nothing quickly, right? That is the one you can see it. And here also you can see the same thing, right? So in the year quarter two, but here, right, you cannot see that one. Quarter two, quarter three, we don't see anything here, null here. But if I go back here, I can see in the month one, correct, which month we did not have sales. Month one, month two, month three. In 2020, we don't have anything. But here itself, it mentioned, right? So the quarter one, month two, month three, we have values. Okay. Quarter two, we don't have sales, and quarter three, we don't have sales. You remember now, by exploring this data in this format, we are getting different insight. But rather, if you simply go by this, you will think, okay, all the quarter Q1 and Q2, Q3, we had sales in all the years. Okay, but in in which month of which quarter we don't have sales? You can, if you want to find out, this option is helpful. Okay, so with this, you will get additional insight. Month one, month two, month three, month four. But here month one, month two, month three is there. But here month one, month two, month three falls in Q1, 4, 5, 6 falls in this one, 7, 8, 9 falls this one. But 1 second, okay, 2020 Q2, right? Null is there. Sorry, this is the quarter two. 5,000, 10,000, 8,000. See, 5,000, 10,000, 8,000. Quarter two, okay. So Q2, it shows null here. Q1, it shows, and all the Q2, Q3, right? So yes, now I was able to understand what was the issue. I will share this sheet to you all, this report file. You just let me know about your observation. This is an exercise for you all. Okay, this is a very simple one. So find out, why in 2020 Q2 null is there for all the month. Okay, and if you see here, I just explain now itself. Okay. Q2, which all months falling in Q2? Fourth month, fifth month, sixth month only falls under Q2. Hence, the rest of the column it shows null. I explained you the answer also now. Okay. But here, yeah, so this is, see, these are the things will help you to gain some additional insights. Right? So they wanted to view the data in different shapes. Okay, so pivoting and unpivoting, you can do shaping everything. Okay, so now what I'll do is I just duplicate this one, guys. In the real world scenario, don't ever duplicate the records, because when you when you are in development environment, the data are too huge. Okay, too huge. In that case, what will happen is it literally slow down the performance. Okay. Hence, you need to use right click on it, and instead of taking duplicate, you can use reference. Okay. That we'll see it later what is reference. Now, what I'll do is I will just show you how to do unpivoting. Okay. I just right click on it, and then I just rename it as unpivot expenses. And here you need to right click on it and rename it as pivot expenses. So unpivot, the opposite of pivoting. If you want to convert rows into columns, that is called your pivoting. And if you want to convert the columns into rows, that is called your unpivot. So in this case, what I do is, see, this is the pivot. Let's say your manager is giving you the data, something like this, but he wants you to display the year 2020, 2021, 22 row wise, not the column wise. Okay. Let's see, it gives you the report like this or data like this. You need to convert the columns into rows. You need to convert it. So for that, you select these three columns. Okay. But if you want to do multi-select or any more than one column, if you select it, you need to hold the control key and then click on the column. Remember that you need to hold the control key, otherwise the columns will not get selected. Okay, fine. Now I just see here, right, unpivot columns. Click on the drop down. Sorry, here unpivot columns. So what happened now? You can see the 20, 21, 22, 29, everything got converted as rows. But here, right, it is giving me something like attribute values. We know what is this. So you need to give the name for this one. This is your year. This is your value, expenses. Values are nothing but your expenses, right? Expenses, 1 second. One second. So that's all. So converting from columns to rows is your unpivot. Converting your rows to columns, that is your pivot expense. Sorry, pivoting. Okay, pivoting is rows to columns, and unpivot is columns to rows. Okay, I just give some meaningful name so that you will be able to understand even clear. Okay, my mouse fell down, but it's gone. The right side as well. Useless mouse here. 1 second. Once the mouse falls down, that's all. You cannot reuse it. And here, what I am going to do is, I just copy the pivot expenses. I just duplicate it. Okay, instead of duplicating it, I just delete it. I'll just show you a reference. Instead of duplicating it, I just select and then right click on it. You have duplicate and two options are, if you click on duplicate this query, okay? So that the original data will not, see, look here, the expense is not getting disturbed. I just duplicated this. Okay, and then I renamed this. Okay, so what I'll do is this is what I was trying to do. Okay, here, rows to columns, and then unpivot expenses here, columns to rows. Columns rows. Okay, that is what your unpivot. Okay, fine. Next, I just select the pivot and I'm going to right click on it and then reference. A copy got created here. And here, what I am going to do is, I am going to use something called transpose. This one, the transpose will rotate the entire row here. Okay. So what will have the 9th month, the entire row of 9th month should become first record. The entire 8th month record get displayed in the second row. So in that case, if you want to rotate the entire record, you can click on the transpose. Look here, entire record got transposed. And here you can see, this is month 1, month 2, month 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months, right? 9 months. And then quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and the values. Okay, in quarter 1, you have 3 months, and each month what is the expense if you want to rotate. And again, if you click on it, you will get back the original format. But only thing is you need to give the name, you need to specify the column name again here, okay? Okay, so it is something like if you do it once, it will get rotated, the entire row get rotated. Something, you have something like straight line. If you rotate, it will become something vertical, right? If you vertical, that is what is happening here, okay? This is what you transpose. I just right click on it and then I just rename it as transpose. Next one is the reverse rows. I just select this one and I'm going to select reference instead of duplicate. And then here what I do is I'm going to click on the reverse rows. What happened? Reverse, yeah, sorry. The case of reverse rows only, it is happening like this. Sorry, I mistakenly told you. Reverse rows, what will happen? The 9th record will become first one and the 8th record will become second one. And then 7th record will become third one and so on. And finally, the first row became the last one. It simply reverse the rows. Okay. That is what reverse rows. Okay. The count rows will give you how many number of records are there here. You can click on it. But once you click on it and see the number of rows, 9, you need to note it down and then click on the cross next to the count rows on the right side. You're all set. Okay. So I'm going to click on the file, close and apply. So we did some, you learned how to find out the duplicate records, how to find out the blank values using keep rows option. And then what we did using remove rows option, we have removed the blank rows and we have removed the duplicate records also, right? Also, we have seen how to do pivoting and how to do unpivoting. And I just go back here again, the transform data. In the unpivot, we have some other options. We call the transform ribbon. And then here, this is my reference, right? Yeah. Okay. So here, look here. I just create another copy. Copy in the sense reference. Okay. And here, I wanted to. I want to unpivoting. Okay. Unpivoting, for example, if I select 2020 I am going to unselect this one. First, you need to select it and click on, hold your Alt Control key and click on the month so that it got unselected. And then hold the Control key and select whatever the column that you needed. So multi-select, you can do it by holding the Control key only. Okay. Here, we have selected 3 years and you want to convert these years, the columns into rows. That is what unpivot, right? So here, what we have to do is we need to click on the unpivot columns here, right? You need to click on the unpivot columns. You need to select multiple columns, right? So what they did, so, okay, so unpivot is same only, but here what they have given, right? Unpivot other columns. For example, whichever columns you don't want to do unpivoting, select that one, click on here, unpivot other columns. So 20, 20, 21, 22 will get converted as a rows. Okay, got converted as rows. So that is what the option they have given. And unpivot only selected columns. For example, the same thing, right? Unpivot selected columns. Here 20, 20, 20, 21, 22. So, select those columns and then click on unpivot only the selected columns. Okay. This one and first one is almost same. And here, but here, right? I don't want to select selective columns. You want to do it, right? Unpivot, that is, you can use it. Okay. Unpivot other columns, whichever columns you don't want to unpivot, select that one. And then click on the unpivot. Rest of the columns will get unpivoted. Understood? Yes, Ashok and Rajiv, I will share this file. Don't worry, you can practice it. Okay. So with this, I'm going to wrap up. My kid is not well here. Okay, I need to help her, or I need to support her to go to bed. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll circle back next week. Next week onwards, we'll spend quality time. In the meanwhile, please watch my video and then you practice it. Next week, what will Saturday, we'll have some tests. So far, what are the topic that I covered, right? I'll give you some exercise in class. You do it, okay? Any questions so far? Okay, since you don't have any questions, I'm going to wrap up the session. See you all in the upcoming week.